Rocky, the dog. Rocky got a bath yesterday and he got shaved. So he's probably cold today because it's a little chilly out here. Breezy. So we're on the last leg of our walk. But you guys, did you see my question? The title? Why are you so kind? I listened to Dr. Miles Monroe this morning. Just got done listening to him. I didn't even listen to all of it because I like to go live while I walk. So, and I'm on the last leg of my walk as usual. So that's when I come live. But this is a question mainly, for anybody, but mainly for women. Because you know what? He was preaching about as a Christian. Do you have to be kind? And that was a good question because we think as children of God we have to be nice, we have to be kind, we have to be polite. When we're women, we were taught when we were little. Good morning. How you doing? Good. We were taught when we were women, when we were little girls, that we had to be kind. We had to be nice. Every time you did something, your mama would say that she didn't approve of. She would say, "That's not nice. You're a little girl." And I think we grow up with that stigma. But in the Bible, and I'm not saying we got to be rude, and that's just what his message was. We don't have to be rude, but I think a lot of times us trying to be kind and nice and polite puts us in a vulnerable situation where we get taken advantage of because we're feeling sorry for other people or we want to be nice to other people and we want to be friends with everybody. So thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate you, friend. So, are they gonna call their mama who tell them no? Or are they gonna call you who always tell them yes, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like doing it, even when you have had a bad day and someone calls you, you still get up out of your comfort zone and go out and try to stay on the path, stay on the sidewalk, go out and try to help them, you know? And sometimes that's appropriate. But a lot of times, no, we do that out of just the stigma of wanting people to say, well, she's nice, she's kind, she's reliable. We don't want that title of being rude or mean or saying no. But like Dr. Miles Monroe was saying, when you continuously say yes, even when you don't feel like it, even when you got your own things going on, and especially when it's not anything that you have prayed about and God has told you to do it. Because we don't have to be mean, but we don't have to say yes to everybody and everything. Yes should not always be the first word to come out your mouth when somebody asks you something. It should be some time when, for your own sake and for your own sanity, that you say no. It should be some times that you say, I can't do it today. And you don't have to say it in a nasty way. You could just say it. Just say, no, I got my own things going on and I just can't do it today. But I'll be praying for you and your situation and praying that God send the right person along to do it. Because a lot of times when you really are just a nice person and you just a kind person, you just do everything for everybody and you never get a break. You never get to rest because you're constantly moving because your spouse wants you to do this, your kids want you to do that, your grandkids, if you have them, want you to do this, your job. Everybody is pulling at you all at one time. And why? And they'll tell you, oh, I knew you would do it because I knew you never tell me no. That is a sign right there that you should be really thinking hard about when people ask you stuff. Should you do it? Because kindness is not part of the fruit of the spirit. And it's nice. It's good to be nice and it's good to be kind, but you also have to have boundaries. You know, that's what I'm working on. Because I'm one of those people that was one of those little girls who were always told, "Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice." So I want to be nice. So I try to, um, but so I try to um just be there for everybody. And sometimes, I had it so bad that, and I thank God that He's delivering me from this. But I had it so bad that people didn't even have to ask me to do stuff. All they had to do was tell me what their situation was. Now I would spring into action like a superhero, trying to figure out a solution for them, for their problem. It ain't even my problem. I don't took their problem and made it on top of all the problems I do have. Made that my problem. Yeah, you might be a small content creator. Subscribed for you. Thank you for making my day better. Oh, thank you, Miss Fossler. 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 Thank you so much. I like to make people's day better. That's what I come on here to do. I try to encourage people because, like I said, a lot of these things I talk about, I've been in these situations where people have taken advantage of me. And then when I'm tired and I'm done, I'm down out, and I need somebody to be there for me. Guess what? Some people ain't being nice to me. They ain't being nice to me. They tell me no. On. They tell me no. You know, and I'm looking like I've been there every time you call me. You call me 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'll get up out my bed, tired and all, and go run to try to help you. But then when I'm going through something and I'm in pain and I'm crying and I'm broke down and I need somebody just for emotional support, not even financial or physical or anything like that, emotional. And they say, girl, my life going good. I ain't got time to be over there with you. Hi, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you. Thank you for being active in the chat. I appreciate it. Thank you for your thumbs up. I appreciate that. And so that's what he was talking about this morning. Like sometimes we are too kind, and we have been programmed to be that, especially as women. As women, we've been programmed to just be nice all the time. But God don't call us to be nice. He calls us actually to be bold. He calls us actually to set boundaries. Do not let people walk over you. And sometimes when you do that, when you set a boundary, especially if you've been in a cycle of allowing somebody to just do you wrong, do you wrong, do you wrong, and now you're setting boundaries, they don't know how to take that. And they take it offensively, like, oh, so now you're not going to help me. I should not have been trying to help you on every turn anyway. It's up to God to do what a lot of things that people bring to you. They need to take that to God. Do you do this every day? I do about 6 days a week. I pretty much don't do it on Sundays because I go to church. But I try to come on Monday through Saturday. I walk my dog, Rocky. This is Rocky. And so I just decided, like, I was just walking my dog, but then I decided I need to talk about something. But I do listen to like something spiritual because I'm working on myself. I'm working on trying to be a better me, a godly me, not in the flesh so much, but it all spills over into the flesh. But I'm trying to be like have my relationship with God closer. So I listen to a lot of inspirational stuff, and then I'm just so tired because I'm one of those people that always says yes. I'm one of those people that I like you too. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, this is Rocky. Um, I'm one of those people that don't know how to say no. And I just got burnt out. Like literally, physically, emotionally, spiritually burnt out. Because, everybody felt like if they needed somebody to do something, they could call me and I will always say yes. Well, sometimes I just need a break. And I felt like people was just walking over me too. Because they knew I was gonna say yes because I'm trying to be nice. But God don't call us to be nice. He called us to be bold. He called us to set boundaries. You don't you don't let nobody just walk over your emotions and your feelings, disregard your emotions, your feelings, because you're trying to help them. You're trying to make them better. And a lot of times that's what we do, especially in relationships. A lot of times, ladies, we get in these relationships and you can see the writing on the wall as soon as you get in a relationship that this is not the right relationship for you. Because at the very beginning, if somebody taking advantage of you, that's not the right relationship for you. You know, they're not respecting you and your boundaries and your feelings. That's one sided. So that's what I'm saying is a lot of times we pour into people that just drain us. We pour into people that just take from us and take from us and take from us and never give us anything back. You know, we sit there and we're always there for them. You're always answering the phone when they call, but when you need somebody and you call them, they never answer their phone. Oh, life is good for them, so they were busy with their family or whatever. But you put your family on hold when they call you. You know, it's like one-sided friendships, and you have to recognize that. You have to recognize that. You have to call that out. I'm not saying stop being friends with that person, but what I am saying is set clear boundaries and stand on that. And sometimes when you set clear boundaries and you start to stand on it, and it's going to feel uncomfortable at first because it did for me. It felt very uncomfortable. I had to set boundaries with my kids. I had boundaries set with everybody pretty much now. But I had no boundaries with my kids. Every time my kids called me, I was going to the rescue like I was Superman. You know, I was trying to figure out their problems and give them money and do stuff for them. Like I was literally giving my daughter money to pay her bills. And you know what my daughter was doing for her money? Child, my daughter was taking herself to lunch at fancy restaurants while I'm paying all her major bills. You know, and I had to set a boundary and let her know, no, I'm not doing that. Like, listen, one, I'm taking out of my savings. So if something happened to me, I get sick or something, and I can't work, I done gave you all my savings. That's crazy, you know. And two, you younger than me, you able to. And three, hi, welcome in, Connor. Thanks for coming in, Connor. And three, you you clearly don't value me because you're taking my money and using it for your bills, and then you still tell me about how hi, you still tell me about how you took yourself to lunch. So you you take time to take yourself to lunch and do, self-care for you and relax and do all that stuff for you. But then I'm out here working double shifts, taking money out my savings, doing everything I can to keep your bills and my bills paid. No, it had to be a boundary set there. And I tell you, my daughter started talking to me. She cussed me out. Um, she did a lot of things. She said a lot of things. But you know what? I'm sticking to my guns. What's your dog's name? My dog's name is Rocky the dog. This is Rocky the dog. Um, I'm sticking to it. And now she realizes that she has to grow up and take responsibility, which is what, like, she's 32, like, which is what she's been doing all the time. Welcome in. Thanks for coming in, Connor. Um, Let me see if Rocky say hi to y'all. Sometimes Rocky, sometimes he will. Sometimes. Oh, come here. All right, y'all. I'm gonna turn the camera. See if Rocky say hi. Rocky, you gonna say hi this morning, or you just gonna be sitting here? Get the camera to turn. Oh, oh, there we go. All right. I'm Big N for you that are new to this channel, and this is Rocky the dog. He's a Shih Tzu mix. He's mixed with something else, but I don't know what he's mixed with. But he's a Shih Tzu. What Shih Tzu? Rocky, it's a little windy out here. That's why he's punching his eye. Say hi. Say hit the thumbs up button. Say like, comment, and subscribe. Say good morning. I'm Rocky the dog. That's all y'all getting this morning. We just want to walk and skip the ground, guys. But anyway, for those of you that are new to my channel, welcome in, welcome in. For those of you that are returning, thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. I walk with Rocky, and I listen to some inspirational. Today I listened to Dr. Miles Monroe, and he was talking about uh, being kind, and does God require us to be kind? You know, and God doesn't require us to be kind. Now, God ain't telling us to be rude, but He's telling us to be firm. He's telling us to make sure we got. You're so nice. Oh, thank you, Miss Foster. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being active in the chat. I appreciate y'all for even listening, because I just come on here and talk about things that I know affect me, and I feel like it's affecting other people. And I want to let people know they're not alone. They're not going through this alone. And it's not easy. Like I was saying, setting boundaries is not easy. It takes some time to get used to it. But honestly, setting boundaries is better for you. As he's so cute. Oh, thank you. There he is, cocking his leg up. Uh, Setting boundaries is better for you, and it's better for the person that keeps trying to violate your boundaries. Because they got to realize that you're a person too. Yeah, you're a child of God, but you have feelings, you have emotions. And I think I will tell all my friends to like and sub. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, they have to realize that you have feelings and you have emotions too, and that you get tired. You know, you get tired of being the one that everybody calls. I'm telling you, I used to be that person where everybody will call me for everything. I would be, at the end of the day, I would just be drained, physically drained and emotionally drained, because it takes a lot out of you to try to rip and run and try to save everybody like you got a cape. It's not our job. You are so true. Do you do this daily? Yeah, I come on 6 days a week. I usually don't come on Sundays because I try to go to church. But and I have my grandkids. But I try to do it. I try to walk. I walk 7 days a week. I walk Sunday too because I have to walk Rocky, but I just don't go live. But I walk when I walk Rocky in the morning. This is the longest walk me and Rocky take during the day. We walk several times a day, but this is the longest one. So I figure at the last end of it, I I, I just talk about whatever I heard in my self help um YouTube video or whatever that I watch. I used to watch Hustle Code, which was with Nipsey Hustle, which is really good. For some reason, now I don't see that on my timeline, on my For You page anymore. So I listen to Dr. Miles Monroe. I'm going to try to join you every day. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I just talk about what he talked about. If it, if it really strikes a chord in me, if it really makes me realize that I was that type of person, or I still am that type of person. But I definitely was a people pleaser. I definitely wanted people to always say, "Oh, she's so kind. She's so sweet. She's so nice." You know, and I would do anything to get people's approval, pretty much. And it led me into bad relationships because I realized that men were picking me because I was like a mother. And it would be the majority of men that I've been with, it would be like they have some mother issues. Like either their mother babied them too much or they didn't have a mother. And so, I tried to be a decent mother. And I think they saw that with me and they wanted that. Not even, all my relationships pretty much would become like a mother-child relationship where I'm their mom, and I'm telling them, I have to tell them what to do, when to do it, how to do it, or I would just do it for them because I felt like they couldn't do it, you know, and and I felt like they were drawn to me because of that, because they, had some mother issues. So now I have to try. I'm not in a relationship now, purposely not in a relationship because I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm giving 80, 90% and you giving maybe 10 to 20 on a good day when you feel like it. No, like, no, I deserve better than. But if I feel like I deserve better than that, I need to give myself better than that too. I need to start being kind to myself if I'm gonna be kind to anybody. Because God didn't call us to be kind. God's words tell us to set boundaries. God's words tell us that we don't have to be nobody's footstool. You don't have to be nobody's footstool. You don't have to be. You just let them know, no, I don't feel that I need to do that today. So, so that's what pretty much basically what Dr. Miles Monroe was talking about. Like, we don't have to be people's footstool. It's good for you and it's good for other people when you set boundaries with them. And you got to be firm. Don't let them cross those boundaries either. If they cross them, it's a consequence. You stop dealing with them. Don't let anybody make you drop your boundaries to appease them. And a lot of times that's what we do. We drop our boundaries because somebody else saying they are offended about something. Well, if I ask you not to do that, or if I've already told you I'm not doing that, and you keep asking me, then I'm gonna let you know. It doesn't matter how many times you ask me. If my first answer was no, my second, third, fourth answer is gonna be no, because I have to. We have to think about ourselves too. We burn ourselves out because we're trying to please other people. It's a people pleasing spirit. It's not a good spirit. And I'm telling you, I had that spirit for years. Listen, I need this because it helps me calm myself to relax and let go of the thinking of my dead dog. Well, I'm sorry, your dog died. That's a very emotional thing. I'm sorry to hear that. But maybe you can get. I know it's not just the solution of replacing the dog, but I don't know. Maybe you get another dog. Feel a little better, get that dog love. And if your dog was sick, you don't want your dog to suffer. I don't know how your dog died, but I'm sorry to hear that the dog did die. You know, and I hope that. Well, I'm glad this is helping you, one, but I hope that you start to feel better. Pray about it. Because some people think like, oh, it's just a dog. Why is she so emotional? But you know what? And I used to think like that before I started getting pets. But we get a relationship with our pets. You get a bond with your pet, your dog or your cat, or whatever type of pet you have. You're welcome, honey. Um, and you get a bond. You get into a bond with them, and so it's not just a pet. It's part of your family, part of your life. You know. So I get it, but so I hope you feel better. I hope things work out for you. Maybe hopefully you find another pet or something. Go to like the shelters. That's where I got Rocky from. I got him from animal shelter because they always need people to take those dogs because I think they used to euthanize them if they don't get adopted. And plus, they'll have all their shots. Now they put the chip in them, and all of that stuff. So, but that's where I got Rocky from. So try some of those things. You know. Um, but I pray that you feel better. I hope you feel better. Oh gosh. You guys, I'm just about home. So I'm about to end this live. But remember what I said. Kindness is optional. And don't give your kindness to everybody. Make people earn your kindness. Make people earn your niceness. Don't just be out there trying to be kind and nice to people and they treating you any kind of way. No. You set a boundary. If you ain't gonna respect me, you don't be around me. Period. Because you don't need to put yourself, you guys, I'm at my house. You don't need to put yourself through no emotional distress trying to make somebody else happy. And a lot of times as women, that's what we do. Set boundaries and stick to them. And even with the closest person in your life, set a boundary and stick to it. Don't give in. Uh, Let them know that they gotta respect you. Guys, I'm in the house. Let them know they gotta respect you. So you guys, oh, my house is dark. I have no lights on. Hold on, guys. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm home. So as you know, when I get home, I end the video. So it's your girl, Big Inch. Let's see. It's your girl, Big Inch. And Rocky the dog. And we are out of here. You guys, whatever you do, put God first in everything you do. I hope somebody got blessed by this message. Bye.